Hello students, this is Rasmi Biswakarma, Assistant Teacher of Nisangram High School. Today we are going to start our video on control and coordination of class 10 science. So control and coordination in animals. Control means and coordination in human being. There are many different organs that are responsible for control and coordination of a human body, and in animal such control and coordinations are provided by nervous tissue, muscular tissue and hormonal system, and they are responsible for control and coordination. The human body is a complex machine performing tons of functions, right? And processes to maintain a sustainable life. So how the body controls its movement and its coordinations action with other part of the body and the environment. So we will discuss in detail about how our body control and coordinates. At first we are going to discuss is the movement in organisms. The ability of organisms to move certain body part is called movement. Okay, only your body part. The ability of an organism to move certain body parts is called movement, and when they move from one place to another is called locomotion. Just try to remember and understand these two terms, movement and locomotion. Okay, if an organism move its certain body part, that is called movement, and when it moves from one place to another, it is called locomotion. Okay, organism shows movements in response to stimuli. So how it responds to certain stimuli we will discuss in detail. Okay, now next is the introduction to control and coordination. Okay, so there we find some response to stimuli. Okay, organisms move in response to various kind of stimuli like light, heat, nutrients of food, etc. These are the stimuli. The organism move towards this stimulus. Okay, or response. In all activities in animals are controlled and coordinated by the nervous and endocrine system. Okay, it's clear. Nervous system and endocrine system we will discuss here. Hormones are chemical messengers which assist the nervous system in carrying out various functions. So there are chemical messengers considered as hormone, and they are responsible to assist the nervous system. Okay, they are secreted by endocrine glands, and hormones are secreted by endocrine glands. Hormone in plants and it work for movement. Okay, and there are also hormone presence in plants also. Okay, so your endocrine system consists of hormones. Okay, next is the nervous system. The nervous system is composed of specialized tissues. Okay, our nervous system is composed of specialized tissues called nervous tissues. The nerve cells or neuron is the functional unit of the nervous system. Okay, what is nervous system and what it works and what are the components we will discuss here. In the nervous system, nervous system is mainly responsible for control and coordination in complex animals. Okay, functions of nervous system. Nervous system receive information from the environment to receive the information from the various body to act according to the muscles and glands. A neuron is the functional unit of nervous system. So we'll discuss the neuron at first. Neuron is highly specialized cell which is responsible for the transmissions of nerve impulses. The neuron consists of following parts. So neuron is the highly specialized cell and is responsible for the transmission of nerve impulses. Okay, so nerve impulses, what are the nerve impulses and how it is maintained and how it is transmitted, we will discuss here. And they are the responsible for our response to certain stimulus. Okay, neuron consists of several structures. We will discuss one by one. Alright, first is the cytone or the cell body, which is the cell body of or the cytone is somewhat star-shaped. It is somewhat star-shaped like structures where nucleus is present, right? And branch-like structure, that is dendrite, is also present. So it is the structure of neuron. Again, the extended part is the axon, and there are also nerve ending. So we will discuss in detail. With many hair-like structure protruding out of the marge. Okay, these hair-like structures are called dendrites. I have called that dendrites. Dendrite receives the nerve impulses. So in the neuron, which is responsible for receiving the nerve impulses, dendrite. Okay, dendrite responsible for receiving the nerve impulses at first. Okay, next is the axon. See in the picture, the extended part, axon. Extended part from the cell body is the axon. Okay, and the hair-like structures, are called dendrites. Okay, this extended part, long extended part, is the axon. See the diagram very carefully of the neuron. Okay, so this is the tail of the neuron. We consider it is the tail of the neuron. Okay, it ends in several hair-like structures called axon terminals. The axon terminals relay nerve impulses. Okay, that ending of this axon or the nerve or the neuron tail is the nerve ending or the axon ending. We can also consider it as nerve ending, and this nerve ending is responsible for relaying nerve impulse. Means it transmits its nerve impulse from this neuron to another neuron. Okay, dendrite are responsible for receiving, and the nerve ending is responsible for relaying nerve impulse. Okay, next is the myelin sheath. Okay, in the axon part, okay, so in the axon part there are purplish color is there. That sheath-like structure in the axon part is the myelinated sheath. Okay, this is a insulator covering around the axon. I've already considered it. This is the this purplish color structure that is covering the axon is the myelinated cell. It is an insulator. Okay, this is called myelin sheath. The myelin sheath insulates the axon against nerve impulse from the surrounding. Okay, so that the messages, any messages which this myelinated sheath will protect from any other nerve impulses. Okay, so it can only relay from the axon terminal. Okay, next is the type of the neurons. There are several types of the neurons. One is the sensory neurons, another is a motor neuron. Okay, two types are there. Three types are there. Association or relay neuron is also there. Okay, sensory neuron. This neuron receives signals from the sense organ. Okay, from the sense organs like eye, skin, ear, tongue, or for the taste. Okay, motor neurons. this neuron send signal to the muscles or a gland. Okay, these are the motor neurons. And associations or the relay neurons are, these neurons relay the signal between the sensory neuron and motor neuron. Okay, if you touch any hot pot, what will happen? Your hand will automatically goes far from that pot, right? And why this is results? So our control and coordination system functions like this, that it indicate our mind whenever you touch. Okay, that sensory neuron will transmits, it is hot, right? That pot is very hot to your brain, and your brain consists of motor neurons. That motor neurons will send message to the to your hand or your palm to left your hand behind. Okay, left your hip behind to the pot. So this is how it will work. Okay, and again association or the relay neuron also function in this in between the in between the sensory neuron and the motor neuron. All right, next is the synapses. Okay, the point contact between the terminal branch of axons of one neuron with the dendrite of another neuron is called synapses. So synapses is nothing but the in this diagram, see in this diagram, there are millions of neurons in your brain. Okay, millions of neurons. So one neuron transmits its signal to the another neuron. So what is synapses then? Synapses is the point of contact between the terminal branch of the axon, that is from the nerve ending of one neuron with the dendrite. I already considered that dendrite receives the signals, right? So it is the point of contact between the nerve ending of the one neuron to the dendrite of the another neuron. So it can easily transmit its signals, this message from one neuron to another neuron. This is called synapses. Okay.